Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you're watching and you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe to the channel because I definitely appreciate it. So in this video, I'm going to be providing an update on my Invisalign progress, and then I'm going to be sharing 10 tips of things you need to know before you start Invisalign. So if this is something you are interested in, please stay tuned. Okay, so it's now week 8. I'm on my 8th tray and it has been going pretty okay so far. It's definitely not the negative experience I was looking for because, to be honest, I thought I would be feeling a lot more pain than what I'm feeling. Sometimes I'm even wondering, is this still working, because I thought I would be feeling a lot more pain, but it has been going pretty okay so far. So just to provide an update. So I got 4 trays to start me off for the first month. So basically that was to get accustomed to the change in your life. So getting used to taking them in, taking them out, not eating with them, wearing them for 22 hours. So for me, that month went by pretty quickly. Not a lot of challenges. It was just to get used to taking them in, taking them out. But the biggest change after the 4 weeks is now I got my attachments. So I'm gonna insert a video trying to see if I can show you guys what my attachments look like. So basically there's some, I call them buttons. I call them brackets, but they are actually called attachments. So I'm not sure if you can see them, but I'll insert a video where hopefully you can see better. So it was okay when I was just wearing the trays and people would not know that the I'm doing Invisalign, but once the attachments were put on, it's definitely visible. If I smile, you can see them, and it kind of made me a little bit self-conscious. Like people are like, "What's that on her teeth?" But it is what it is. Just have to live with the months that I need to go to get my treatment completed. After the attachments were installed, it became pretty difficult taking the trays in and out. So just know that once the attachments are on, it's gonna be a little bit more challenging taking the trays in, taking the trays out. But they provided something, this little thing here, it's something new that Invisalign is working on. So they want to get feedback. So it helps with sitting the tray. You put it in, crunch, 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 to sit the trays properly. But it also assists. There's a little hook on it that you can use to pull, and it will assist with getting the trays out, because once the attachments are on, it becomes a little bit more challenging getting the trays in and out. So the attachments, I used to call them buttons or brackets, but now I know the correct name for them. They're called attachments. So there are some little clear things that match the color of your teeth. They install them, and those are the things that assist with the moving. So once you insert your tray, they clip on to those little things, and they make the marks on the trays where they fit over the attachments. And those are the things that will assist with the pulling of the teeth. So far it has been going okay. Not a lot of pain, which thank God. But once you take the trays in, you take them out, you'll definitely feel that pressure. Sometimes my gums feel a little bit swollen, but that wears off pretty quickly. In my 8-week journey, still a long time to go, because I need to wear these until October. That takes me up to 44 trays, and after October, if I'm okay with my smile, then everything is complete. If not, we have a couple more to go to enhance my smile, to make it a little bit better, or something I am more comfortable. I'm really hoping that after 44 trays, I'm good with my smile, because I just want to get rid of these. So I'm going to be sharing 10 tips of things you need to know before you start Invisalign. So tip number 1, use your case. Once you remove your aligners, they provided this case for you to put them in because they are clear. You might put them in a napkin and accidentally throw them out. You might go to a restaurant, put it in a napkin. The waiter, waitress might throw them out. Your family member, somebody might just not know they are there and throw them out. So make sure you are using your case. And this is a tip to me as well because I don't use this enough. Once I take them out, I like to put them in a napkin and then do my brushing and cleaning and put them back in. But I know that's not pretty safe, so I'm working on that to improve in that area to make sure once I take my aligners out, I'm using this case. Tip number two, make sure you have your little bag, your little pouch that you take everywhere you go and you carry your toothpaste. Because once you take out your aligners and you eat, you need to make sure you're cleaning the teeth before you put them back in because these things cover your teeth. So you don't want food to get trapped all over up in that tray because that's not good. So make sure you're walking with your toothpaste. So once you remove your trays and you have your meals, you can brush right after and put them back in. Tip number three, make sure you're walking with your mouthwash. So you definitely want to make sure you have some mouthwash in your little sanitization kit. So that's always handy. Once you brush, you use your mouthwash as well. So always making sure you're walking with your mouthwash. And you can get the travel size packets of Listerine. This is what I carry around in my little pouch to make sure it's always there. So once I eat and I do my brushing, that I have it here. And this is good as well because sometimes there will be occasions where you're not able to brush immediately. So use this, rinse, and once you can get to do the brushing, you do that as quickly as possible. In addition to walking with your mouthwash and your toothpaste, making sure you're carrying your dental floss as well. So after you're finished brushing, making sure we're flossing to remove anything that wasn't removed from brushing. And it's pretty important because you're wearing these things for 22 hours for the day. So you're trying to make sure that your mouth is pretty clean as much as possible. Tip number four, make sure you're using your chewies. So I got two different types from my orthodontist. So you put them in, you chew on them, and these things definitely assist with securing the aligners in your mouth. So Invisalign came out with this new one, so it's something we're trying and we're giving feedback. And I really like this one because in addition to assisting with securing the trays, it also assists if you're struggling to remove them. So there's a hook on it that you just clip at the back, and these assist with removing your trays. So please make sure that you're using your chewies as well because these are definitely important for you to see progress with your aligners. Tip number five, making sure you're avoiding food that will stain your tray. So things like curry, if you can reduce your curry intake while you're doing your Invisalign, that will be pretty okay, good for you because things like those, they definitely stain your tray. And if you're wearing your trays for 2 weeks, you definitely do not want to be walking around with curry stains smiling. It's not a good look. So if you can avoid certain foods with bright colors that can stain the trays, definitely avoid that. Tip number 6 is to avoid eating with your Invisalign. And that's a tip for me as well because sometimes I don't have the time to take the trays out, eat and do the brushing. So if it's something soft, I like to just eat with it with the tray. But I noticed that's not good because when I was changing my last tray, I saw a lot of staining. And also when you eat in the Invisalign, I noticed even after trying to clean it, there's this smell which I don't really like. So if you can avoid eating in the trays, definitely avoid. Or if you cannot, wait until it's like the last day when you need to change. So I change my trays every Friday. So on Fridays, if I feel for a snack or something, I will definitely eat it then, because I know in the night my trays are going to be changed. But you definitely want to avoid eating in your trays, because those will definitely stain and it's a little bit harder to clean, and you don't want to be walking around with dirty trays, so trust me. Tip number 7, download the Invisalign app. So when I started in the first month, I didn't download the app, but after I started tracking, I wish I did. I was starting from earlier. So the good thing about the Invisalign app is that you can time yourself. So once you take the trays out, you time yourself, and then you can get an alarm telling you it's time to put them back in. And that's a good way to track the progress you're making as well, and to see if you're following the guideline wearing them 18 to 22 hours for the day. So that's definitely something I'm working on improving. Downloading the Invisalign app and tracking your progress, timing yourself, taking them in, taking them out, taking pictures as well is definitely a good tip to keep up to date on the progress and to see the changes. Tip number 8, change your trays at night. When I started, I used to change my trays 10 o'clock every Friday, but then I switched to night, because once I got the attachments installed, I noticed the pain level increased. So changing them at night is very good, because you avoid a lot of that discomfort more than when you need to function in the day. So it's good when you're sleeping. You can definitely avoid all of that discomfort, all of that pain. And then the aligners, they get to stay in for a longer period without any removal of the trays. Tip number 9, for cleaning. You can use your toothpaste once you're brushing, just brush the trays. That's what I do. Or you can use the cleaning crystals that Invisalign provided for you, but you definitely want to make sure you're cleaning the trays and clean them properly, because if not, they might stink. So my final tip, tip number 10, making sure you're wearing your aligners 18 to 22 hours as directed, because if you want to see progress, you want to finish on the time that you're supposed to, you need to make sure you're wearing your trays for this period. So 18 to 22 hours is definitely good to see the progress that you want to see at the end of your plan, and to definitely keep on track. Okay, so that's my update with Invisalign. Those are my 10 tips to definitely make your treatment process comfortable. I hope you find those tips useful. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you have any questions about Invisalign, please leave them in the comment below and I'll definitely respond. See you in the next video. Bye bye.